Thank you, Jan-Willem. Yes, why Airport CDM? I think that's the first question we wish to explain a little bit. On the next slides, there are a number of reasons, and I think especially in this age of Corona, we can say that Airport CDM is not only focused on the airport, it's actually also focusing on the airline and ATM. So cost reduction is the most important objective through operational efficiency and operational predictability. It aims to enhance capacity and demand balancing of all the resources in the operation. It enhances the predictability of the network operations. This is why Eurocontrol is one of the initiators of Airport CDM, and they have put the focus again on predictability of flight operations during their user forum in January this year. An important partner is the airlines, and they have a major interest in order to improve punctuality and fleet performance. It needs to be said that that is really key and sometimes underestimated. Why predictability? Why this focus? Because the uncertainty of predictions of landing, in-block time, off-block time, takeoff, but also en route in sector entrance and sector exit is a disruption or an uncertainty that results in buffers for ANSPs, the air navigation service providers, but also airlines in their flight schedule. More predictability aims to reduce that uncertainty on all those timestamps. It also delivers a balance of ATM capacity and its operational resources. That means air traffic controllers who operate the airspace today. Punctuality, because of for airlines, can be enhanced due to higher efficiency. When more aircraft are fitting in one sector, that will be efficient, but it will also increase capacity. Reduction of bufferings in ATM sectors is therefore the major objective of predictability. Again, sometimes underestimated by airlines. Next slide, please. What is CDM and how to predict it? I will not go into detail of the concept elements of CDM, but the milestones, the flight path milestones inbound to our airport and outbound, and especially those on the ground in the turnaround phase, those are key. There are situational awareness, a variable taxi time, of course, the pre-departure sequencer. All those concept elements aim to predict the readiness of the aircraft and the startup time of the aircraft. That is what needs to be done. That's quite a project, but that's the goal, to predict those timestamps as discussed. The second part is monitor of performance. Without monitoring of performance on predictability, but also on punctuality, and you can break that down into various milestones and various timestamps. Without the monitoring, you will not improve. And those improvements, they come over time because you need to learn as an airport together with your stakeholders. That means the ANSP, the airline, the airport, the ground handlers, together with the impact on the network. Sit down and have frequent discussion with management. And each of those managers can bring back results to their board, whether that's an airline or an airport or the ANSP or the ground handler. Bring those results back and see if the costs are actually reduced. Next slide, please. Because the interdependence of the benefits are not just local on the airport, they are for the network. While the stakeholders at an airport focus on steering on predictability, trying to make the accuracy of the aircraft readiness and the actual startup of the aircraft as accurate as possible, even though in an operational environment that's not an easy task to do, especially with a lot of stakeholders, a lot of factors on the ground happening. it is focusing on the predictability that will bring you the local efficiency. Efficiency for the ground handler, efficiency for the airlines, efficiency for the airport. And with that comes the air traffic management factor, the ANSP, into place. At Schiphol, in my years, one of the first beneficiary were the ACC controllers, who really would like to have the target takeoff times from the departure manager or the pre-departure sequencer, in order to better predict the amount of traffic taking off from Schiphol during a certain time. With that enhanced predictability, they could determine the amount of air traffic controllers needed, and they could determine whether they have sufficient capacity. And when that is applied throughout the network and more airports come online, Eurocontrol is able to see, receiving that improved data, whether the buffers of sectors, airspace sectors, can be reduced as well. And that will contribute to increased punctuality. And airlines who may not always be as well as informed or see the benefits of Airport CDM, they then can reduce potentially in the long run their flight plan buffering. When predictability of the takeoff time and the arrival time is increased, that will impact their fleet schedules and potentially reduce flight plan buffering. It needs to be said, to make Airport CDM better, we need training on management level on these benefits in order to see the long stretch and not just focus on the airport scope, but take the air traffic management in scope, and that means the airlines. I think that's my contribution for today. Thank you.